have you thought about it for years, or is it like new? I don't know, new idea from you.
It is not a new idea because I've been thinking to studying abroad since I was in junior high school, and yeah, this is one of my big dreams, I think.
Okay, what about Mario?
Okay. Frankly, studying abroad offers us many opportunities. In my case, I really wanted to learn something new, to quit my comfort zone. So I've decided to uh, I've decided to plan my studies abroad. To be specific, in France. Uh, I wanted to be my foundation, my pathways to my future. So yeah, it offers us a limitless possibility uh, to open a new horizon, for example. So that's the most appropriate answer
That's
for me.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we talked before. Yeah. I think I've heard you guys chat a little bit before this session, and I think from Mario, I can see that you have a very clear vision about
Yes.
that, right? So my question for you then, Mario, is your idea supported by your family? Like, are they very supported with your decision?
At first, or initially, they weren't really supportive to my idea of studying abroad. But as time goes, they have become really convinced. So yeah, that's the good point. Uh, and then in these hard times, I'm really trying to convince them even more so that they will finance my study there, and uh, well, they will be a bit more relaxed about the idea of studying abroad, because we'll be away from our families for a couple months, couple years even. So yeah, it's it's really hard decision, to be honest, but you know, parents are really conservative, so yeah, that's normal thing.
Thank you. Chico, what about you? What was the idea of studying abroad? Is it from you or your parents or?
From myself, actually, ever since I was younger, I have always um, envisioned myself studying abroad instead of here in Indonesia. I'm not sure why. So yeah, it's always been a dream to me, and the reason why is I guess I just want to make new experiences, all of it, like living independently, making new friends from like all sorts of backgrounds, and making connections and networking. So
Yeah,
yeah,
to expand our
right,
networking.
exactly.
Yeah, I think that's one thing you cannot find here in Indonesia.
Yeah.
So I think that makes sense. Now, Mario mentioned that you're going to France and Salsa. What about you? What's your country destination?
United States.
United States of America. And what about you, Chinday?
United States of America.
Okay, now that actually is going to be my next question. So, why are these countries? Maybe we can start from Salsa. Yeah.
United States is a big country, and there are a lot of people with different cultures, different background too. So I think if we want to make a good connection, not only with Indonesian people or people around us, we can go to United States if we have the opportunity to do that. So I think United States is really great country to make networking and to make ourselves to be better person.
Did you do any kind of research before you decided to choose the USA, or it's just like, okay, I'm just gonna choose United States?
Actually, I did a lot of research before I choose United States. Um, yeah, I found like the university that have a good program in which the major I want. And yeah, that is why I chose United States and that university because the program on business is the best one in the world.
Right. What about Jinde? You also chose the same country. Is it going to be the same university or in different states?
No, different states even. Yeah. Um, why I want to go to the United States. The major I intend on going is business, and I think the United States is definitely one of the strongest countries in terms of business and the industry. So I really want to learn from there, and also yeah, the same reason as also like networking and everything.
Thank you. What about Mario? I think we can get kind of like the
A bit
clues.
specific. Yeah, it's a bit uncommon choice to study in France. They provide a low cost studies. Apart from that, to be specific, I aim for the city of Paris, the metropolitan city of Paris, strategically located at the heart of Europe. The metropolitan city of Paris offers an infinite range of restaurants, cafes, bars, and etc. So I considered France as a great choice because it is the foundation of modern cooking, and furthermore, uh, it is the center of gastronomy. It's the capital of gastronomy. So yeah, that's probably my answer.
Your response already doing like IELTS test already. Yeah, but that's good. That's good. I think it's so inspiring to have you guys to have like really clear vision, and I think that would be very useful for our friends at home too. Like if you are, I think if you want to study abroad, like you have to be very clear with what you want to be or what you want to study, right? Now, talking about research, Salsa, Chinde, and Mario, you guys have told me about. Okay, I chose this country, but what actually the process of the research? Like, I'm pretty sure that you Google or did you browse a lot of information? And if yes, how did you search for information? Maybe we can start with Mario first.
I think we did a lot,
Yeah.
which is really
because the technical part,
where
right?
it goes really technical
Mm,
in terms of finding the suitable university
mm,
that suits our passion, our interests, and most importantly, in my case, is the location. Uh, I adore Paris. I adore the city. I adore the ambience, atmosphere, everything, and especially the food and etc. Apart from that, also the facilities that the university offers. They have a wide range of facilities inside building. Uh, the campus that I've aimed is Le Cordon Bleu Paris. It is the university or the institute in which Chef Renata Mulek, right? The judge, one of the judges from MasterChef Indonesia, she pursued her dreams in the same university or in the same institute, the same culinary school, basically.
that's amazing. And I really admire the process of you actually finding out information about your university because
For me,
not a lot of
it took 2 years for me.
right. And people sometimes didn't realize that the process is actually take quite
Yeah,
some time.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
What,
Instead of making the documents or something,
mm,
yeah, it's really necessary to do some research.
right. So
Yeah,
I think research for everyone at home. I think that's something you have to do quite. What do you call it? Like don't underestimate the process of research your program.
Yeah.
Now, what about Chinde and Salsa? Salsa, right? Salsa. Okay, so you guys chose the United States of America. Now, my question would be, which come first, the program or the country, or it's the same for you guys?
For me, I think the program, because I think the country it doesn't matter. Because what I want to find is about the program, the
Right.
relation, in their university, and yeah, I think the program.
So the program comes first.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cynthia, what about you?
For me, both the program and the country go hand in hand. I
Yeah,
guess. Because, like I said before, America for Business is one of the strongest in the world. and I guess it just comes down to narrowing which university are you going to attend.
Exactly.
And yeah, also the majors that you're choosing matters. What else? Yeah, the program definitely.
Right. And then, other than the program, what kind of information are you seeking, or were you seeking for when you search for information about the university? Did you, let's say, browse about their location, about the accommodation, for example? Maybe you can be a little bit more detailed about that. Maybe it's outside the
Living costs?
Um, I I'm looking up everything about the university, like the program, the tuition, the accommodation to go there. But I also concerns about the requirements because the requirements
Oh,
I
okay.
think this is the most important.
Yeah.
Because if we miss something, we maybe not get accepted to the university. And for finding the requirements, yeah, I also find in the website, but I also do emails to the university admissions and also asking to alumni from their university
Okay.
by uh, Instagram or
Wow,
Yeah.
wow, that's really
That's
profound.
that's very interesting. Yeah, yeah. I mean, but that's something that you have to do,
Yeah.
right? I mean, that's a really good strategy. Yeah. But why do you have to find alumni from that university?
because they have like yeah, we know go to United States University is not easy, so
Mm,
I asked something like what makes me stand out from other student and what is the requirements for international student and anything else, and they give us and they give me something like really important that maybe I don't know before.
yeah. Did it work? So it
Yeah, it
worked.
really
Yeah.
works
Okay.
actually.
That's very nice. So, okay, so that's from the United States. And now about like in your university in France, Mario. Like, did you find the requirements are different from compared to like if you want to apply a university in Indonesia? And if yes, how different are the requirements?
Oh, okay. It gets a bit complex here. The requirements are basically less or more different. In my case, I'm required to submit the following documents, such as CV, curriculum vitae, motivation letter, consisting of minimum 500 words, and then some academic transcripts,
Yeah.
and then language proficiency certificate. You can choose either IELTS or DELF. DELF is Diplôme d'études en langue française, uh, to certain levels. Mine is the B2 level from the CEFR leveling. And then probably, what else? Yeah, the visa, the visa passport, and the diplomas that you have obtained.
Do you have to translate everything into, let's say, French or English, or it's already they don't mind?
Yes, I think that it's necessary. Mine is already in English, but I intended to translate all of
Right.
them into French just in case. Yeah, that's a smart move, I think.
Yeah. What about salsa engineer? Did you have also not only translate, but to like the level of scoring in Indonesia is different, and I heard that if you apply for the university abroad, you have to have the standard of scoring. Like if it's A here, maybe it's different. Like, did you have to do that kind of thing?
Yeah, we obviously have to translate everything into English,
Mm,
and um, for the grades, I think it really depends on the university. Like,
right.
yeah, what their requirements are, and like you really have to make sure that you match their requirements.
Right.
Yeah, in order to get in.
Okay.
You have
So
to like recheck and
yeah,
everything.
And who do all of these things? Like, did you do it all by yourself, or do you have some people to help you?
I probably like check everything by myself,
Right.
but I'm lucky to have really supportive parents. So
Right.
my mom really, she's willing to help everything. So yeah, that's great.
Yeah, I can imagine it would be like such a hard work for you guys
Right,
to
yeah.
check, to give emails, to send emails for the comedy or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mario, what about
For
you?
me, I'm really fortunate too
Yeah.
because I've got a lot of help from an educational agent here. But I'd say 80% I did it on my own. Yeah, the research and uh, the making of the documents and etc. You can't just let them do the
Right.
paperwork or something. Yeah, it has to be done on your own.
Right. Okay. Yeah, because it's you who are going to study anyway, right?
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
So yeah.
They just give us important advices and some suggestions, and that's all.
Yeah. Yeah. So what about you? Are you the lone fighter? We call it in English like the lone fighter, or?
I did all of the things by myself
Right.
without guidance.
Uh-huh.
But for translate my scores to English, I use someone to translate it
Right.
because it is about the scores. So I don't really know about the scores. I think it is better to ask someone to do that.
Right. Yeah, I think at this point, like you're really
Yeah.
aware of the documents and we call it bureaucracy. Yeah. So.
And you do need to stamp
Right.
officially from
Yeah.
an agency or so,
Right.
or an official translator.
Yeah. We call it sworn
Yeah,
translator.
sworn
Yeah.
translator,
Turner
exactly.
Tersimpa.
Yeah.
Okay, so thank you very much. So for this session, for this part, yeah, my last question would be, what is the which part is the longest to research for? When I say that, it's like which one took a long time for you to search? Let's say maybe the accommodation or which part of the university that takes a while for you to get. Okay, so Chinde and Salsa. Yeah, Chinde, what about you, Chinde?
For me, I think the longest part is to actually fulfill the requirements,
Right.
because there are a ton,
Mm.
and you really have to be thorough and really be careful. Also, for me, is to actually pick out a university
Right.
and a major, because there are so many options, and you really have to pick which one is best for you.
Right.
So,
Right. Okay. Salsa.
I think it's same with Chindy fill out the requirements, but also find the requirement is really take a long time.
Yeah.
Because what I said before, like if we miss something in the requirements, maybe we not get accepted. So yeah, it took a long time to find the requirements from the university, like as the alumni or the student who study there, or find on the YouTube website and yeah, any other platform.
But all requirements are listed on the website. Yeah, you don't have to get like call them and ask for like what should I submit? What should I submit for this?
Some requirements are just blur, so you need to verify to the authorities.
Right.
Yes.
For example.
For example, the transcripts.
Right.
Well, I asked them which part of the transcript do I need to translate. You need to verify once more again. If they need all pages to be translated, then you need to translate all pages, exactly all pages, which costs a lot,
Yeah.
a lot of money. Yeah, for one page is approximately 300,000 rupees.
Right. Because it's an official document.
Yeah.
And they should verify
You
the
cannot mess
originality.
with-
Yeah. That's amazing. Yeah. So far I'm already impressed with. It makes me feel tired just to hear your stories because I can imagine how I don't know like even how to start doing all this thing. I think the starting point should be quite confusing for you, but once you get it done, then you know what to do.
It
Right.
took a lot of courage. It took a lot of determination.
Right.
motivation, everything.
Motivation, yeah. Have you ever thought like, okay, this is not worth it. I'm not gonna continue. This is too much for me. Have you ever thought about that in your process, or everything is just okay? I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna do it.
What do you mean?
Have you ever felt like this is so hard? Maybe I should not do that.
Of course,
Yeah.
I have,
Uh-huh.
but yeah, this is what I want, so I have to do it.
Right. Even you're not studying, but you're already like fighting a lot.
Yeah, but I think we have to study for good.
Yeah, of course, yeah. So yeah, but okay, so there are some moments like that, yeah. But Mario, Chinde, you guys share the same
For
feeling,
me,
or?
it was about the fulfillment of not requirements actually, but um, I don't know, like yeah, maybe the fulfillment of the requirements. In sometimes you just feel so tired of doing all these things. Yeah, just to it pressurizes you. Yeah, just a bit too much. And sometimes you can just force yourself, yeah, just to be more productive.
Yeah. Did you have like a checking boxes?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think that's pretty.
A
Yeah.
lot of
Everyone should have that.
Should,
Yeah.
really, it's indispensable.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. Now, so for those who are at home, even for me, I think I'm very excited in listening to your stories, right? So now, one of the preparation aspects for sure, like Mario has mentioned before, and Chinde and Salsa is about the language requirements, right? Okay, so of course, you've become really familiar with our classes here. So I want to know what kind of classes have you taken at IELTS? Yeah, maybe Chinde, can you share with us?
I took the IBT class here, TOEFL IBT, with him actually. We were in the same
You guys
class.
were there, guys.
we were in the
Yeah.
same class.
And I also took the test already back in October, and I'm currently taking the SAT class.
Yes.
Yeah, with her.
Yeah. We'll come
Yeah.
back on that.
Right.
So SAT. Okay, so IBT and SAT. Mario, what about you?
For me, I took tons of classes. First, I took the general English class with a native teacher.
Yeah.
And then I continued with the cooking class in ICC. And then I took a couple of classes of Germany here. You do the counting. You do the counting. And then after that, I took the IELTS class as well.
Right.
And then finally the TOEFL.
Okay,
That's fine.
Okay, finally, I think that's
But it started back then in 2017 or 2016.
Really?
This is like a second home.
Yeah, exactly. We would say so.
Like that we have Pat Dimas is working at IELTS and just smiling at us.
Yeah. This building is really familiar.
Okay, now for Salsa, what about you? What did you classes did you take?
Same like Kinde, I took TOEFL IBT last year, and also SAT.
Right. Okay. So I think for those who want to study at United States, the word SAT will be very familiar. Maybe so. Even for me, I'm not really familiar with the test. So maybe one of you, you can choose Chinde or Salsa. Can you tell us what is SAT?
SAT is a standardized test that you take when you want to go to university or to a college. And it consists of two parts. Yeah, so there's English and math. With English, there's writing and language. Also, what was the other one? Reading. Yeah, reading.
But I think to clarify, in SAT, English especially, they really set a high standard.
Yeah.
They really set a high standard for the test takers. they organize a test in which your first language English is assessed.
Okay.
So it's same as the materials are the same as the native speakers one.
Right, right. Okay.
And with the maths, there's two sections.
Mhm.
One is no calculator permitted, and the other one is calculator
Oh
permitted.
God. Okay.
And as far as I'm concerned, it stands for Scholastic Assessment Test.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I think
really.
so, yeah.
Okay, so I have some questions about SAT still, and then later I'll go back to
Okay.
Mario. Okay, what about you, Salsa? Now, Chinda mentioned before about English, where the questions are meant to be for the native speakers. So how different is the English questions compared to IELTS or TOEFL?
In the SAT, the reading is like the passage is the old passage, like in the
And from
19th,
the 19th century.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
more
literally.
old than that.
Right.
And yeah, this is take a time for us to understand. And yeah, but I think for the math, it's easier than in Indonesia.
Oh, that's such a good news. That's such a good news, yeah. But so what do you mean by that?
Yeah, in Indonesia, I think the math is really complex.
Really?
Very
Yeah.
complex.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Right.
But in the SAT,
Yeah.
this is not too complex.
Right.
This is more
Because
easier.
they call it like American math.
Yeah.
And
Right.
American math.
yeah, American
That's
math.
such a very
general.
cool
In general,
name.
yeah.
So what is American math?
It's
So far that you've learned here.
It is like when we are like the national exams and when we were grade
In
nine.
junior high.
Junior
Yeah,
high,
it's
yes.
okay.
Junior
Yes.
high.
So maybe
Yeah.
subjects from grade 7 or 8 till grade 10.
Yeah.
Probably.
Okay. So actually, you guys are not concerned about the math part, but it's actually the English part that kind of concerns you.
I guess for me it's both.
Oh, it's both.
Yeah, because for English the reading passage is quite difficult,
Right.
and for the math it really tests your logic.
Right. That's what I heard too. It's all about the logic.
It's all about
yeah.
logic, and I guess the language that's used in the questions you really have to get used to, and you really have to understand.
Yeah.
So it's
There are
it's
heaps,
complex.
from what I've heard, there are heaps of like metaphors and
Right.
yeah, those
Right,
kinds
the
of
terms
words.
that
Yeah,
we're
metaphors and
unfamiliar with.
yeah, yeah.
So you learn about that, yeah, in the classes that we
Yeah.
offered at Beyond,
Yes.
yeah. And were you surprised the first time you went to the class and said like, oh my God, what have I done?
We took the pre-test before
Right. Okay.
the actual class.
Mhm.
So I guess for me, I was more surprised at the pre-test because
Ooh.
I didn't know what I was getting into.
Right.
And yeah, it was way more difficult than I thought.
Right.
But the class definitely helped for me.
And Salsa, same.
Yeah, same. The first time is when we were pre-test, and you're a little bit shocked with the reading passage.
It's all about the
Because
reading.
Yeah, it was
really-
so bad.
Yeah.
the word that they use is the old word. So
Really? Can you give us
Bit,
some
bit
examples?
outdated, like posh.
Yeah, like
Gosh,
Really?
oh my God. Okay, so
and
literature
Bronte.
read.
Yeah,
Literature
yeah,
reading,
yeah.
yeah.
science.
Right.
Yeah, also there's science and like socials and politics, different kinds of things.
Right. Okay. Okay. I'll go back to you guys again, but now let's go to Mario.
Okay.
Mario, I heard that you took culinary classes
Culinary class.
here, so maybe you can tell us the expenses. What did you learn?
I didn't really surprise about. I didn't really surprise about the what. I wasn't really surprised about the culinary class. What I was surprised in was the IELTS class. The IELTS class.
Interesting.
Yes.
Okay.
Because well, cooking is a bit common, so yeah. Let's talk about the IELTS first.
Right.
That IELTS class really helped me through my test, through my official test.
Right.
That's why I received 8 in IELTS. With help of a native teacher, Miss Erin
Yeah.
from Australia.
Miss Erin!
Yeah, Miss Erin from Australia. Yeah, she really boosted me with her useful knowledge about English, and well, I had a lot of criticism from her,
Right.
but yeah, it encouraged me somehow, and I, well, eventually I strived, and I gained that band 8 lines.
Very, very.
Impressive.
I would say it is very impressive. I think it's very impressive, even for if you see for those who are at home, yeah, I'm pretty sure CFR will be very familiar for us here, but for those who are at home, so that's the kind of language level in. It stands for
Common European
Framework
Reference.
Reference. Yeah, so it starts from 0 to 9. So yeah, so if you get like closer to 9, that's like really good, right?
Yeah.
9 is like the standard for native speakers.
Native speaker. Yeah.
So yeah, so yeah, that's good. So for those who are at home, maybe some of you are not familiar with IELTS, and the reason why Mario said that it's challenging is because maybe you can give us some what part of IELTS that you think is quite challenging.
Everything.
Everything.
Well, my view at first was that, well, I couldn't stand this. They're too ridiculous. The passages were too difficult to comprehend,
Right.
and almost impossible to know deeper about the context of the passage. But as time goes, it gets easier, I think, and here you are taught with a lot of strategies, tips, and tricks from the teachers. So yeah, that difficulties would just like gone, disappear.
Disappear, yeah. Yeah, I think a lot of practice will help too. Does it also apply with SAT? Do you have enough resource to have practice tests? That's what we call it here. Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, that's very good. Okay, so do we have a lot of time? How many minutes do we have? Woo! Okay, so that's the fun part. Now, I think for those who are at home and preparing for studying abroad, we'll have to face or prepare some challenges, right?
Challenges. Yeah,
Yes.
common.
Whether you like it or not, living abroad is not easy. So yeah, so I will ask some three things that come to my mind. Maybe you guys can chime in later for more. Yeah. So first, maybe about independent life. Yeah. You're far away from your family. What are your plans to adapt in your new country? Salsa, maybe do you have something in mind?
I think we have to find like an Indonesian community,
Right.
because
The
when we-
PPI.
yeah,
Oh yeah, PPI.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but in United States Burmese.
Oh,
okay.
okay.
And yeah, we can going together with them, because yeah, there we are lonely,
Right.
and the Indonesian people, they're also maybe they are lonely because they are studying there. So we can feel like we're in the family when we meet them. I think that is the most important. We need to find Indonesian friends or
Right.
Indonesian community.
Yeah. For those who are at home, PPI stands for Persatuan
Pelajar
Pelajar
Indonesia.
Indonesia, and there's so many PPIs in the world,
Yeah.
almost every country. So for those who are a little bit hard to adapt,
They spread
please,
across the globe.
yeah, you can always contact them. Yeah. Jinde, what about you?
For me, I guess it goes both ways, and by that I mean we actually also like have to befriend a local, I guess, in
Right,
order
right.
to really adapt to the culture.
Mm-hmm.
But also not forgetting home. Yeah, you should definitely befriend some Indonesians.
Right. Mario, what about you?
For me, the idea of embracing the local cultures is the most essential part of living abroad. You can't just do it on your way and try to live by yourself for so many years in there without any help from local. So you really need to engage in local with locals and doing local activities, doing what locals do regularly. Yeah, try to understand, trying to understand their norms and habits is also important. Really know the culture, not just the behavior, but also the food.
Right, right.
Yeah, yeah.
That's actually my kind of my second last question. What food would you miss the most
From Indonesia.
That's hard, right? No. What is it? Oh, you have to think about it. There's so many questions.
There are a list. There is a list in my pocket.
Oh my god. Right.
When I return home, probably the first thing I would eat is will be like
Aside from home food, yeah. I mean, of course, you will miss you know, like your home food, but
bakso.
Bakso,
And,
okay.
yeah, and ayam goreng kuning.
I am going. Oh yeah, that's very special.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Classic.
A
All the
classic.
time.
Can't
favorite.
find it anywhere else.
Can't find it anywhere else. You can't copy the recipe.
No, you
You
can't.
can't
Like
really-
you can replicate it, but you know.
Yeah, would be as good as.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
be just the same bakso and nasi padang.
Oh yeah. I heard in France they do have restaurant Padang, but I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But it's
Yeah,
not the same.
But it's not the same.
Yeah, it's not the same.
It's
Again.
French padang. It's
Yeah.
Even in France.
Yeah. The ingredients are not the same.
Mhm.
Let's just be clear with
Yeah, the
that.
cassava leaves. I think that's hard.
Yeah, agree. The coconut milk,
Right.
they don't press it freshly.
I know, right?
Yeah, it's really hard to find.
So right.
Yeah.
I can see yourself like, oh
They
my
are
God.
found in like cans or something.
Right. It's the instant.
Instant, yeah, on
from
the, in
Thailand.
powder
Yeah.
form.
That's
Yeah.
from Indonesia.
Yeah. Fresh.
Right. Chine, what about you?
Oh
Chimol, maybe that's something.
no, I don't really like that. I don't know. Okay, sate,
Right.
soto, rendang.
Oh, no.
What else?
Nasi goreng.
Nasi
Nasi
goreng.
goreng. But I think it's pretty easy to make nasi goreng by yourself.
Yeah, nasi goreng from the abang-abang or the.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's still healthy, right? I mean, the one that we're looking for is
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
real stuff.
I'm definitely gonna take a lot of Indomie with me.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
But
Indomie.
yeah, for
Classic.
sure.
Yes. There's
Yeah.
nothing like the real Indomie.
In Indonesia.
I'm so sorry, guys. It's just not endorsement, yeah.
Oh yeah.
But that's like the famous export stuff from here.
Yeah. But the flavor is different,
Right.
Rina.
Yeah.
Flavor is different. Still, they reduce the MSG.
It's very
Yeah.
hot, yeah.
Mm.
Must not as good as.
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah.
I'm planning on taking from you.
Yeah. Full boxes.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Full
Okay.
boxes.
Right. So, Salsa, what about you?
I will miss rendang, mie ayam,
Oh yes.
opor.
Oh
Mommy's
everything.
cooking.
yeah.
Mommy's cooking, or
Yeah. Well, your mom will not be with you talking about that, yeah. But I think you can learn to cook, right? I
Yeah.
mean, if you live
We
alone,
have
whether
to,
you
yeah.
like it or not, you have
Yeah,
to
we have
cook by yourself. Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's very interesting.
Yeah, it's this the
Okay.
key. The most important key to survive in another country is to
make
learn how to
yourself
cook.
home, yeah.
Know how to do everything. right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you have to save the money to be economical.
Yeah.
Frugal, yeah,
Yeah.
that's important. Okay, so we only have a few minutes left, so I think this is my task for you because I'm a teacher. Yeah, in less than fewer than 100 words. 100 words. Yeah. Can you say, well, what would you say to our friends at home who would pursue the same journey, but make it as compact as possible? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just go for it. Just go for it. It's not gonna be easy, but it's gonna be worth it. So don't get discouraged. It's gonna be worth it, really.
Hashtag.
Hashtag.
Hashtag. Go for it. Yeah. Okay, Mario.
For me, I can't really put too much word in this. I just want to say a lot, just to shorten it a few. My tips is to follow your dreams, follow your passion, follow your guts. What your guts tell you, just do what it is. And I have like 5 words: passion, vision, determination, instinct, and probably like dreams. Yeah, yeah. That
Hashtag,
just
guys, hashtag.
follow those. Don't be discouraged, as what she said earlier, and yeah, it will be worth it
Yeah.
if you're really determined to do whatever it takes. Yeah, it takes a lot. It takes a whole journey to get to another country, but yeah, eventually it will be
You'll
all
get
worth
there,
it. You will
yeah.
get there. Yeah, you will get what you want.
Sasa.
So, if you guys have the opportunity to studying abroad, I think you just have to do it because whatever challenge that will come to you, you need to face it and it will be worth it and really valuable for your experience. Yeah, it's really
Oh my God, you guys are so inspiring. I feel like I'm a better person now because of that. Okay, so I'm so sorry, our time is up. Thank you very much for staying with us. Yeah, I think thank you very much, guys, for
It's a
coming
great
here.
pleasure to be here.
Yeah, and the fact that there's so many stories I haven't heard before, but I genuinely respect all of the effort you guys have.
I would
made
love
on
to
this.
spill all my stories, but it will not fit
I know, right?
into the
Okay, well,
video.
maybe for those who are at home can follow Mario and
Yeah.
yeah. Anyway,
Please follow me
Yeah, please follow me.
on my Instagram.
Okay, so thank you very much, but please don't go anywhere because we have other 3 students at IELTS who will share their stories too. Yeah, so don't go anywhere. We'll see you again in a few minutes. Thank you.
stop learning, sir.